Body dysmorphia. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. It's another widely used word on the internet, and a lot of people are using it correctly. The only problem is it's a diagnosis, and y'all know how I feel about getting diagnosed on the internet. You need a professional because, like I've said before, and I'm going to keep saying, we all have symptoms of, we all can experience or display symptoms of different disorders at any given moment, and it doesn't mean you qualify for the actual disorder. Like you can have narcissistic tendencies and not be narcissistic. You can have bipolar tendencies. And when I say tendencies, I mean there's certain things, if you look it up, you will have those some of the symptoms and still not qualify for the diagnosis though. That could be ADHD, that could be autism, all the things that feel relatable. You can say, oh, I do that too. I must be ADHD. Or you might not be. You literally might not be, even if that explains your exact life, because it's not that easy to diagnose. That's why you have to go to school forever and ever and ever to be able to diagnose. And that's why you shouldn't diagnose other people. That's rude and disrespectful. You shouldn't diagnose yourself because you can also cause further issues or create an illness by constantly diagnosing yourself. But today we're going to talk about body dysmorphia specifically because I make a lot of other videos on diagnosis in general. Okay, so what is body dysmorphia? You know, I love me a good definition. If you want to take a note, pause the video, grab something, and come back. So, body dysmorphia, I'm not going to go over the diagnostic criteria because I'm not going to help you confirm or deny if you have it. I just let me put that out. Disclaimer: I'm a professional, but I'm not your professional, so I am not going to aid in whatever you are doing to yourself of hurting or harming yourself in any way. I'm going to give a generic definition. I'm going to talk about some examples, but I am not giving diagnostic criteria. I am not going to say you qualify for the diagnosis if this and if that, and you don't if this. I am not going to do that. But I think you still can learn something from this video, and maybe to help you or encourage you to go see someone who can confirm or deny what is going on, because it could be something else that is showing up as body dysmorphia. Okay, so definition: body dysmorphia is a mental health condition where a person fixates on perceived flaws in their appearance that are minor or not even noticeable to others, that causes significant distress. And that will sound familiar to everybody. We all have a thing we don't like about ourselves. For example, in my thumbnail, you saw me doing this because now that I'm putting it out, or you may have already noticed in other videos, this is why people get facial balancing. And I'm not going to say I haven't considered it, but I'm not. I'm just going to try to lose some more weight. One side of my face is more round than the other. This part is more sleek. This is bigger. Um, to me, I can see this protruding more. I don't like it. Uh, I think it makes my face look lopsided. And it might be, you might be like, oh yeah, you need to do this. I don't want any recommendations. I'm not getting Botox. I'm not getting filler. I will get a massage. I will do lymphatic drainage. I will do all the holistic things, including trying to lose weight naturally. I'm not doing anything cosmetically to my face. And you might still don't see it because I've asked other people and they're like, I don't see what you're talking about. And then there's other times when I take certain pictures from certain angles, it's more noticeable. And I'm like, so you don't see this? And they're like, yeah, I see it, but it's like, it's there, but it's not there. That's something people with body dysmorphia, because I'm not telling you if I have it or not, that's something people with body dysmorphia experience, that this thing is insignificant. The thing I caution this on and want to talk about definitions is because everybody has something they're insecure about, because nobody's perfect. We all have things we want to change. People with curly hair want straight hair. People with straight hair want curly hair. People with a beard wish they, well, I don't know if that's true, but people without a beard wish they could grow a beard. And everybody has the thing of like, oh, want their body, want their shoulders, want their legs, want their butt, want their face, want their nose, want their jaws, want their lips, want their eyebrows, want. We gotta relax and stay off the internet, because if you wasn't if it wasn't pushed in your face of what you should look like or what beauty is, you would be fine how you look, because you're beautiful too the way you are, right? Like, I don't like the difference in the size of my face, but I'm not saying I'm ugly and it's not ruining my life. It does make me self-conscious though. And people with body dysmorphia again struggle with insecurities and self-consciousness, even though that does not automatically make it body dysmorphia. You get what I'm saying? So body dysmorphia is when you fixate on a thing. I used to fixate on my love handles. I like, oh, I have love handles. Other people like, I don't think that's what's considered love handles. They love handles to me. I don't like it. It looks like a pocket of fat to me. I've been told it's muscle. I don't want it there. Get it out the way. So there we all have things. We literally, and I don't think this is a laughing matter. I'm just saying, like, we all have problems, and sometimes it's better to laugh at yourself than take it too serious and get stuck where you're spiraling and like, oh, I need to do this, now I need to do this. Because guess what? One, once you get something fixed, you find something else wrong, because there's no thing is perfect. Getting one thing fixed may draw attention to something else, and then you're constantly doing it, and now you're seeing all these people who are overdone, literally, whether their body or their face or both. That's their choice. But we've all seen, and you're like, why did you do that? And then you look at the before pictures and like, they're so pretty, they were so whatever. So are you. Just like they're the same is true that you've looked at someone's before and after pictures. Are there times people's after pictures they do look more conventionally beautiful or whatever? Because sometimes people do have things. If you have a weird birthmark or a deformity, that's different. Changing it may make you feel better because it wasn't what would be considered normal to begin with, right? But I'm saying, if for the most part your body's functional and fine and there's no deformity, uh, that you are like a diagnosed deformity, not just because you don't like it don't mean it's a deformity. Uh, but outside of those extenuating circumstances, for the most part, like, everything is fine and how it's supposed to be. And the reason why people have to keep changing stuff is because you were supposed to look how you look, right? So if you change your lips, now your nose looks funny because your lips were usually created to match your nose and the rest of your facial structure. So now you do have to get the rest of your face done to even things out, to balance things out, because you changed the natural shape or the look of your face. That even happens when people get veneers. It changes the whole structure of their face. Sometimes for the better and sometimes not, because those teeth are too, those teeth are too big for your face, for your mouth, and now you can't close it. Um, so yeah, I do think social media plays a big part of that for a lot of reasons, depending on what you're consuming. If you're, especially if you're obsessing over people that looks nothing like you, or you feel like you want their life, we tend to subconsciously then think if we look like them, we'd have what they have, which is the furthest from the truth. But I do think it can lead, which I made a video on how social media is leading to people to have mental illnesses they didn't have previously, or it's exacerbating certain mental illnesses, even if you have one and it's just not diagnosed. Of course, I'm not here to diagnose you. Social media can make it worse because we're looking at ourselves all the time. If you're posting and editing, you're looking at yourself way too much. Me making these videos is hard. When I take the thumbnail photo, I'm always like, this, and it usually has something to do with my cheeks. And I'm just like, whatever, whatever. It is what it is. Like, we all have something. And so the things with insecurities is whatever you don't like about yourself, you assume everyone is going to notice or pay attention to. And that is not true. Let me give you an example. Have you ever watched a video? This one you have now. This is true for you. But outside of this video, you're scrolling on social media or wherever you use, and someone starts a video that says, excuse this mess in the background. And you're like, oh, what mess in the background? Now you're looking for the mess. Now you got to rewatch the video looking for whatever, because they started the video like, I need to clean up, but I didn't. And now they already started this video assuming, unless it's rage bait, we're not talking about that, already assuming that that's going to be an issue. And so they try to get ahead of it and address it up front. But now you distracted because you're like, what is she talking about? What was back there? They're like, oh, don't mind the lighting. And you're like, oh, what's wrong with the lighting? Now you're focusing on the lighting. And some of these people might be saying that just to give views for you to rewatch it to find the thing. I understand that. But there's times I'm watching videos and someone is using their hands for something and they're just talking. I'm listening. I'm watching them. And then they're like, oh, don't mind my nail that broke. This one's not broken, but I'm just giving you an example. They're like, oh, don't mind my broken nail. And it's like, oh, your nail is broken? What nail? Let me see. What happened to it? How bad is it? Now I'm watching the video again to see. I didn't know the nail was broken before they said it. Or they're like, oh, don't mind my hair. Or don't mind this. And it's like, well, we didn't know. Will people find it? Yes, because people don't have anything else to do besides criticize people on the internet. But in the same way, like, if I didn't start the video talking about my face, unless you're one of the few people that noticed that off the top, which nobody has ever pointed that out to me. I've always been the person to point it out to help people find it. And I'm not saying nobody's seen it, but they've never brought it to my attention. But because I'm insecure about it, I'm always like, People are going to notice my face is not balanced, or they won't. And in either way, it's something imperfect about all of us. Like nobody has the perfect face, even if you decide, oh, her face is so perfect. Is it? Or you just don't like your face. Tomato, tomato. So those are some things I want you to think about, that your insecurities, your triggers are your responsibility. And just because you don't like it doesn't mean there's something wrong with it. That doesn't mean other people find something wrong with it. Doesn't mean other people won't like it. I do think when you have a presence on social media, you give room for people to criticize and pick you apart. And so Cardi B has admitted that, people talking about her look so much kind of bullied her, she felt, into changing her looks, her nose, her teeth, her lips, or whatever, because those things, even other entertainers have said, like, they got tired of hearing about it, so they changed it. And have they improved their looks? Yes, I guess that's debatable. But does that mean there was something wrong with them to begin with? No. And guess what? You get that thing fixed that everybody talked about, they're gonna find something else to talk about, and you can't fix everything. And for most people, you can't afford to get the right procedure, which is why a lot of things look bad or go wrong. And then you also have to have the money to maintain it. So before you get started changing things and doing things, see a professional, get a proper diagnosis, see why you don't like this thing, see if it's really a thing. Is it really changing your whole life? Is it impacting your life negatively? Why do you obsess about it? Who made you feel insecure about it? Who made you not like it? Is that what you got picked on in the fourth grade about? Whatever it is, I think you should try to get to the bottom of it first before you go changing things. And if you've done the work and you've been in therapy and you've addressed all your traumas and whatever, and you're just like, my nose is crooked, I want to get my nose fixed, I'm not gonna say no, don't change your nose. It's perfect the way it is. If your nose is crooked, you probably can't even breathe right anyway. So get your nose fixed. I would say girl, but I don't know who's watching this video. But also, if nobody can tell your nose is crooked, it might just be a you thing. Unless it's in fact impacting your breathing and other things, then yes, I think your health is important. Things that are impacting your health, you probably should speak to a professional of what your options are of getting it changed. Some things that you think are impacting your health or your life is just in your head. And that's why I'm going to always say go to a professional. See how much of this is real. Your concerns are valid, but that doesn't mean what you're concerned about is a legitimate thing or a legitimate problem, even though that sounds harsh. And I just want you to talk to someone other than the internet and your family and friends about what you're feeling, the discomfort, your distaste, or whatever it is about these things, and really get a neutral position and some therapy or conversations, information, and education, and then make an informed decision. That way, you don't go down a rabbit hole only to now be one of the people now on social media saying, I regret doing this procedure, I regret doing this, I regret doing this. It looks good, but I don't like it because of this. I don't want you to be in that, because those are very expensive mistakes. Therapy, not particularly the cheapest, but it usually has longer lasting, better effects and can help you the rest of your life. So I hope this helps.